What's up? What's up? What's up, YouTube family? If you haven't already, please click that subscribe button and tune in to my channel. Turn on the little notification bell so you can know when I post videos. So, today about the random things I like to post videos about. Y'all know I post things about anything pertaining to my life. I'm really starting to think about starting like a little vlog or family vlog or whatever the situation may be. So you might ask me. So today I was wondering. A lot of people been asking me about circumcision since I had my son at home, and since he has not been to the doctor, they asked, is he going to get circumcised? Is he going to get vaccinated? How? What am I going to do? Am I going to let him stay intact or not? So what are my views on circumcision? So I'm gonna speak from personal experience, not having to do anything with my child. So pros and cons of circumcised dick versus pros and cons of uncircumcised dick. So basically what I came to find out with uncircumcised versus circumcised. So y'all know I'm about the all natural shit, right? If it ain't all natural, I'm not for it. So, is having a circumcised dick natural? No. But is it bad? No. Is having an uncircumcised dick natural? Yes. And is it bad? No. So, just because your penis is circumcised doesn't mean like I've had some great circumcised penis in my time, but all I'm saying is speaking from experience and dealing with the different kind of men I've dealt with, I noticed that when your penis is uncircumcised, it's softer. Like as far as the whole penis, the whole shaft, like it's just soft. It's like I don't know. It's a soft thing that you can't even explain. It's just so fucking soft, like a baby's ass or something. And then also a lot of people say, oh well, if you don't circumcise your penis, that it holds more bacteria. So there hasn't been any proven facts in the United States of America that say cutting off circumcising the penis keeps the penis cleaner. That's a myth. That's a lie. You can ask your doctors. You can ask any pediatrician. They will tell you that it has not been any scientifically proven facts that having an uncircumcised dick holds more bacteria. So that's a lie that you've been told and that you heard and that you just go on and say. But I've done my research and I've seen the differences in between intact and out of tact penises. So when your penis gets circumcised, you have a lot of nerves at the top of your penis, right? And where that the actual skin is at. So once you circumcise it and you cut off the top, you cut the top off of the penis, of the skin of the penis, then you're cutting off a lot of nerves from your penis, then making your penis not as sensitive as it would be if it was uncircumcised. So now, not only do you have like a circumcised penis, but you have a penis that's less sensitive than what it was before you were circumcised. Okay, so that's number one why I don't want to get him circumcised. Number two, like I said, is softer. And like so everything on your body is there for a reason. There's no reason to cut at any child's genitals or there's no proven fact of why you should decide to circumcise your son and get his piece of his penis cut off. If he wants to get his penis cut off when he's an adult, then let him do that. But that's not your choice as a mom to decide whether your son has a circumcised or uncircumcised penis because that's his body. In other countries, they actually practice cutting off a piece of a woman's labia lips because they say it holds too much bacteria. So they will actually cut off a piece of each labia lip, and that's normal practices in other countries. Now here in America, we're gonna say, "Hey, that's terrible," but you better circumcise your son, which is kind of like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? It's a catch-22. It's all the same shit. You're cutting at your child's genital parts. I don't know. I feel like that should just be left up to the child what they want to do with their genital parts, there should be not any surgery done to your child that's not a surgery that they need in order to keep them alive without their consent, because once again, this is their body, this is their life. You're just a portal for them to go through. You're not in control of your child. So as a parent, I just don't agree with, because a lot of women be like, oh, that's up to the mom, it's up to me whether I want to cut off a piece of my child's penis, which is completely correct. But is that morally right? I just know if I was in Osiris's, my son's, position, and I wouldn't want a piece of my penis cut off. So I'm going to just pay him the same respects that I would want as me. Even though I'm a woman, I wouldn't want nobody cutting at me as a baby. You know, that's just not fair. It's just not feasible. I don't know, it's just kind of common sense to me to not cut at his penis. But, you know, in Western civilization, we have been taught that it is normal to actually cut off a piece of the baby's penis. So, yeah, I definitely don't want to do that. And also, like, what I've noticed is that from experience and from what God had told me, when you have an uncircumcised penis, it's actually more protected. Like, that extra skin around the head is actually protected once it goes soft, of course. It kind of goes into like a little hood and it's protected. So when you're playing sports or when you're running or anything like that, you won't have any chafing, like your penis head just smacking against something or it's hurting really bad. Because actually, the head of your penis is supposed to be covered unless you're having sex. Because when an uncircumcised penis gets hard, it don't look like a worm no more. It looks like a regular penis. But once it gets soft, which it doesn't, and that's another thing I noticed too. Like, so a guy with a circumcised penis, he'll after he ejaculates, his penis will get very small, you know, and it could have been just like 12 inches long, but after he comes, it's going to get really small and shrivel up. But a guy with an uncircumcised penis, after they come, like, it gets a little bit smaller, but it still looks humongous. And I really truly believe because the skin is covering up the head. You know, the head of the penis is the most sensitive part of the penis. So when that's covered up, you know what I mean, once you're done having sex, then it won't just shrivel up and get super small. So his penis, and he also had like the uncircumcised penis I had, was also like the biggest penis I've ever seen in my life, because once again, there's more skin, so it gives you more room to grow. So most of the time, uncircumcised penises are bigger than circumcised penises. And like, once again, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with having a circumcised penis. You can't help what your parents chose for you. But I'm just saying, as far as future generations and for our kids, we have to do better. We have to choose better. Just because they're your child doesn't mean you get to dictate whether their penis gets cut or not. And like I said, if your child gets older and they get 18 and they decide to cut their penis, let them cut off on top of their penis. You don't decide that for them. That's not your decision to make for your child. That's your child's decision to make for itself. And also, it could be very scarring for the child. Sometimes it can even mess up what kind of erections a man can have by getting him circumcised. It can cause nerve damage. It's been babies who've literally bled out and died. And it's just traumatizing getting your penis cut. You know, you might like, oh, the baby don't remember it, but subconsciously you remember everything in this universe. So, but nothing is really good or bad, but it's just, you know, I just treat people how I want to be treated. And I don't think as a newborn baby, I would want to get a piece of my penis cut off. So circumcision for Osiris is a hell no. But you know, this is just my opinion. This is from my experience. This is from my research. This is why I'm saying this. You can choose to do whatever you want with your child and your baby, but this is my choice. And I'm sending out love, peace, and light to all y'all beautiful beings. If you haven't already, like this video and subscribe, and keep posted, keep tuning in to these videos, because I'm gonna just keep talking y'all about my life. Like I said, I'm about to start doing some vlogs, so y'all know how that goes. Sending out love, peace, and light. Peace out, beautiful, beautiful